Hey guys, me Tesla Blaine again, and today I wanted to go over some of the what I consider some of the must-have items that you might want to get as soon as you place that order to get your Tesla. Now keep in mind, the items that I am going to talk about are items that I needed for my Tesla Model Y. I have a 2020 Tesla Model Y long range all-wheel drive dual motor. The items I'm suggesting are things that I needed, things that I wanted, and it might even be some things that I didn't really need, but it's something to think about because you may need it. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing that you need to think about before you hit that purchase button is, how are you going to charge your car? How are you going to be able to keep it charged so you can do your daily commutes, be able to drive it to work every day, to the grocery store, all that? How are you going to be able to do it? Now, I'm sure you've already heard about the supercharging network that's out there, and that's great. But some people don't live right next to a supercharger. For instance, like where I live, it's at least 50 miles away to the closest supercharger for me to get to. So with that in mind, I need to be able to charge it every night. So every day when I wake up every morning, I have considered a full charge in my car. I only charge it up to 90%. That's the max I charge it to every night. That way I'm not putting it at 100%. They recommend not going to 100% every day because the battery needs to be able to expand and all that. So the only time I put it at 100% is when I know that I'm leaving immediately and I'm going on a trip. I'm going on a long trip and I need that little bit of extra power so I can make it to my first supercharger and not have any problems. So keep that in mind. You need to think about, where are you going to plug it in at your house? Do you live in a house? Do you live in an apartment? Do you live in a condo? Do you rent? Those are all things that you really need to think about, because if you own your home, then you shouldn't have a problem. You're going to have to get an electrician to come out and install a high power outlet for you so you can plug in your charger. Now, if you live in an apartment, they may already have them there for you. They may already have the outlets for you, but if not, you need to go talk to your apartment complex manager, your condo manager, wherever you're at. Find out if it's something that either they can install for you or if it's something that you can do yourself. You're going to want to make sure you have a charger installed in order to be able to charge your car daily, to make it easier on you. Yes, some people do not have. The people that live in the bigger cities that live nearby superchargers, they can simply go charge at a supercharger and then every 2-3 days go back again. It just depends on how much they drive on a daily basis. And if you can do that, great. That'll work for you. But if you, like I said, if you're someone like me that lives at least 50 miles away from the closest, nearest supercharger, you're going to want to charge it at home. Now, when you purchase your car, they will give you a portable charger that comes with it. The car also, it comes with a 110 outlet. So you can plug it into a normal everyday outlet and charge it up, but it is very slow. You won't even get a full charge overnight. You'd have to keep it plugged in, I think, for a couple of days for it to really get you up there. It's good for an emergency situation. All right, you really don't need to buy the Tesla wall connector off their site, because unless you really need that super fast charging, those things, they charge about 44 miles per hour. The charger that comes with your car, and if you have an electrician installed a 1450 outlet, it's going to charge close to about 30 miles per hour. Okay, so keep that in mind. You don't, I mean, at 30 miles per hour, after driving my vehicle to work and a few errands and things like that, I come back and I plug it in. I may only have about an hour and a half to 2 hours till I'm back up to 90%. Worst case scenario, if I was down to 20% coming home and I plugged it in, within about 8-9 hours, it's going to be full again. Okay, so you sleep that much every night. So that way, every morning when I wake up, I'm going to have a full charge. So you don't necessarily need to have the big wall connector that you can purchase for, I think it's around $500 on their Tesla.com. But you're fine with just the one that comes with the car. Okay, so keep that in mind. So you get the electrician to come out. The electrician, tell him that you need a 1450 outlet, which I believe is like a standard RV type outlet that RVs use. And as you can see where I got mine installed on my wall on the outside of my house because I don't have a garage. So I have to install mine outside. Now mine is installed with a RV weather protected box on the outside of it, and I can easily lock it if I need to. And I also got a charging connector or hanger onto the fence right there, so that way I can put the cable when I'm not using it up inside, and it clicks in there. That way it's not going to get dirt and rain and different things like that inside of to help corrode it. And I can wrap up the wire a lot easier. The charging box and everything was installed by the electrician. The only thing that I needed to purchase is I went on to Tesla.com and I had to order an adapter to go onto that that portable charger that they give you. The charger that I ordered, or the adapter that I ordered, was a NEMA 1450. I believe it's like $35 off their website. That is the first thing that I ordered as soon as I placed the order for my car. I went ahead and ordered that adapter because, one, if you don't have the adapter, you're not going to be able to plug it in, you know, to be able to get that fast charge. And you don't know how long it's going to take for Tesla to get them to you. What if they're low on stock? So anyways, that was the first thing I did, is I got that on order, and I got it instantly. I got a hold of an electrician. The electrician came out within a few days, and he ran the pipes and everything and hooked it up, and I made sure that my connector would plug into it fine. So I had that ready to go when I came home with the car for the first time and be able to plug it in and charge. So that is the first thing that I highly recommend to everybody, is to try to make sure that you think about how are you going to charge your vehicle if you buy a Tesla. It's not like you can just run down to a gas station and fill it up instantly. So think about it. There's not superchargers everywhere. If you live in a big city, sure, you're probably going to find a lot of superchargers. But for me, if you live not in a big city, you need to make sure that you have a good semi-fast charger at home, so that way every morning you wake up and you got a full charge. Okay, so the next thing that you need to consider is, what if you're ordering your Tesla and you're adding on the tow hitch package? If you have the tow hitch package coming and you want to come home and hook up to your trailer, you need to make sure you have an adapter so you can hook it up to whatever type of trailer you're getting. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what adapter you need. There's all kinds. Boats have different ones, small trailers, big trailers, different things like that take different types. Here is the type that I have, and it's a 4-prong or four plug basic adapter. Okay, that's what I have. So if you know what type of trailer you have and what type of adapter you're going to need, go ahead and get it. I went down to the U-Haul store and I was able to pick one up there. I think it was around $10. So that is something to have. I personally keep mine in the back inside my Tesla bag, where I have everything stored. I have my 110 outlet adapter that comes with the charger. I keep that in there, and I have my trailer adapter, and I have the other charger adapter that comes with the car, all inside the bag. So that way it's in the back and I have easy access to it. Okay, so the next thing that you need to think about is a screen protector. God forbid you get your new Tesla, and if you have a little kid and they hit the screen, or you hit it hard, or you got something in here and it hits it or scratches it, it's get a screen protector. Okay, get some type of screen protector. Now, when I first got the car, I did purchase the high def gloss screen protector. It was very similar type to what I had on my phone. However, yes, it worked great, but you saw a lot of reflections from the sun that you get all from the windows in the car, and fingerprints and smudges and everything. So with my OCD, I was constantly having to clean it down, wipe it to get the smudges off. But just recently, I got a matte screen protector. It's fingerproof, it's smudge proof, all that. It's great. I love it. It's not quite as bright and clear as the high definition ones, but I don't see all my fingerprints. I don't have the smudges. The reflection from the sun is not bad at all. I give it a thumbs up. So make sure that you get a screen protector for your car. Also, by the way, I just want to let you know one thing, that most of the items that I'm showing you today, I have links of those to Amazon down below in my description. I also have a new website called www.teslablaine.com, and on my page is also all the links and pictures of all the items that I am recommending or showing you what I got for my car. Okay, keep in mind that it's not for everybody, but it might give you some ideas on what you might want to get for your car. So please. The next thing that I highly recommend for you to get, especially if you have any kids, teenagers, or you're a kid at heart, make sure that you get a game controller. Reason why is because you get to that sales center and you pick up your car. One of the first things that the kids are going to want to do is they're going to want to play some of the games. Some of the games just require the steering wheel. Other games you can play just by touching buttons, but some of the other games require a game controller. All right, so that was one of the must things I needed to have. I brought with me to the sales center when I went and picked up the vehicle. I ordered this off of Amazon. Like I said, the links are down below and on my website. Make sure that you get one that can plug into a USB, or if it's got the Bluetooth adapter, still a USB, you plug it in, then you can have it wireless. Mine, I just got a simple wired one here, has a USB, and you're going to plug it in down below, and then that way you can play your games. Okay, so this one here, I got the Xbox 360. I wanted a white one because I have white interior. That's the reason why I went with this one, and it works great, no issues at all. Next thing I want to talk about is phone chargers. For my family, I use a Samsung. My wife and daughter, they use Apple. Okay, so when you get the vehicle, especially like for me, once again, I drove away almost about 4.5 hour drive to get to the sales center to pick up my vehicle. When we picked it up, we stayed in the hotel that night, and then we had a nice long drive coming back. You don't want to go all the way there and then find out that your charger cable that you have, you can't use it in your car. Most of the newer models now are going to come with USB-C outlets. On the back, right behind the center console here, I got 2 USB-C outlets. So if I needed to plug this in, a regular USB, I wouldn't be able to do it. You would need to have an adapter, or you just get a charger that simply has USB-C on the back end, especially if you're going to have kids in the back or any other family members and they need to be able to charge their tablets or their phones, their game controllers, whatever. You're going to need to keep that in mind. You're going to need some charging adapters or cables or whatever's going to fit into USB-C. Now, in the front, there is regular USB outlet. You also have underneath the armrest here, you have your cigarette lighter. So you do have other options too. But just all I'm saying is keep that in mind when you go to purchase your vehicle and you're going to go pick it up, that instantly, how are you going to plug it in? Might want to, bring a backpack, throw some items in there. So when you get there, you have it and you can at least plug in and charge. We also do have the wireless charger plate up here where I can set my phone on there. It works for my Samsung and it works for my wife's Apple phone. We just set them on there and charge. The main thing I'm more concerned about is for the kids in the back to be able to plug in. And all we have is the USB-C ports right here. So keep that in mind. All right. All right, the next thing that you may want to consider if you are going to have a bunch of different accessories and things plugged in, like the game controller, additional phone chargers, AirPod chargers, it's all the different things, I recommend getting a USB hub. The hub I got is from Taps. There's other ones out there, I understand, but the one I got from Taps is relatively inexpensive, and I was able to plug it in. It goes in using, I believe, a USB-C and the USB normal port. It is a box that plugs in, but then it gives you three USB ports and another USB-C port. I needed that way I can leave my game controller plugged in and other cables in there. So all I gotta do is reach in, I can grab the cables out. They're already plugged in, no issues at all. If you have the older model, Model Y like mine, that is where the Sentry Mode USB needs to be plugged in. It actually has a door that you can take off the hub, and there's a plug in there where I can plug in for my Sentry Mode. So keep that in mind. If you need more USB port stuff, that's a great thing to look into getting. The next thing that I recommend for you to think about is your Sentry Mode USB flash drive, SD reader, card, something, because I do know that the new 2021 Model Ys that are coming out, and I'm not sure about the Model 3s and everything else. And if you do know, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I'd appreciate it. But those inside the glove box is where they have a USB plug, and they come with a Tesla USB flash drive. However, yes, it's probably going to work fine for you, but what I highly recommend is to get a high-speed USB adapter that you can put a micro SD card into. The micro SD card can read faster. There's it won't get so hot and it won't damage as quickly, and it hopefully will last longer for you. Like I said, I do have links down below on the ones that I purchased. They're working great. Back when I first started off with a USB flash drive, I would constantly get errors saying, hey, it's not recording, or I'd look up and see that nothing was recording. So I would have to reformat the flash drive, take it out, put it back in, and then it would start working fine again. But I noticed I kept having more and more issues. So that's why I went with the micro SD card. I started off with that now, and I have no problems at all. Okay, so the next thing is not a must-have, but if you want to try to be organized, you're going to need some kind of organizing trays to go in your center consoles. The center console does not, once you open up the lids on them, there's nothing underneath them except for a big empty room, which is great. You got a lot of storage. But I bought these aftermarket center console organizers that just kind of slide down in there, and with them in there I'm able to put my change, I'm able to put my different pins, I'm able to put my sunglasses if I want, things like that, but it helps me keep everything organized. The next thing that I highly recommend that you get, if you don't get it before you pick up your car, is within the first week of getting it, make sure you have it, is baby wipes. I have this little package of everyday clean wipes here. Okay, I have these inside my glove box. Anytime I make a spill, anytime I drop anything, I instantly pull this open, I grab one out, wipe it, throw it away in my door or in a trash can next time I get to one. The baby wipes work great for the interior that we have in the car. The white seats, I use these about once a week. When I get out and I notice that the seat might start looking a little bit dirty, I get a couple baby wipes in my hand and I scrub them down, a little bit of elbow grease, and they clean them right up like they're brand new again. So with the seats and everything, highly recommend get some baby wipes and your car stays clean. The next thing that I recommend that you might want to pre-purchase and take with you when you go to pick up your vehicle is a set of jack pads. Now, I'm saying, why do you need jack pads? Well, the reason why is, God forbid, if you have an issue, you get in a flat tire, you have a low tire or anything like that, and you need to pull into a service center, and that service center has never worked on a Tesla before, they have no idea what to do, you're going to need these jack pads so they don't damage the underneath your car and possibly put a hole inside one of your battery cells. So the jack pads, they're really cheap. I recommend getting the ones, they're around $20 for a set. They're going to come with 4 different pads in them. Get the ones that come with a nice little carrying case, like you can see what I have. The jack pads that you just simply get underneath, there's 4 little holes, 2 on each side of your vehicle. You're just going to pop them up in there. And then they bring their jack pad over, or they bring their jack over, and the pads go up to the bottom of the pad that you put in there, and then they can jack it up. You really do need to make sure that you have a set. I leave mine in my trunk. It's always in my car. Never going to know when you need it in case of an emergency. Now, other people might say that, for the jack pads, get an emergency tire inflation kit, things like that. If you want to do that, that's fine. Personally, I don't have one. I just have the jack pads. That way, if my vehicle needs to get towed to a service center, at least they have the jack pads so they can jack up the vehicle, get the wheels off, and fix them. Okay, so I highly recommend to get those as well. Next thing to talk about is floor mats. Depending on where you live, you might need a full set of floor mats sooner than later. Where I live right now, down here in Florida, I don't really need them. I just have to worry about the white sand. Obviously I got black carpet, floor mats that come with the car. If I am walking around in the white sand and I get in the car, yes, it shows up pretty easily, but I can just go by either at home where I got a vacuum, or I go to one of the car washes that has a high power vacuum, and it can suck up all the sand and no problems at all. It all comes up just fine. That's the most of the issues I have here. However, if you live up north where you're going to have a lot more mud, you're going to have snow, dirt, things like that, then I highly recommend to get a full set of mats. You can get them for the front, the back row, you can get them for the front, you can get them for the trunk. Don't forget about inside your trunk, inside the cubby holes and on the sides. They got full sets out there. There's lots of them out there. I personally don't have one yet. If anybody has one that they want to send to me for free and let me test them out, go right ahead, let me know, contact me, and I'll check it out for you. But anyways, like I said, I do not have a set of floor mats except for the floor mats that come with the car. That's all I need down here in Florida. Other people might think different, but for me, that's all I need. So it's not really a must-have item unless you live up north and you do need them, especially this time of year when it is kind of snowy and rainy and muddy and everything else. So. The next thing I want to talk about is your center console wraps, steering wheel wrap, the dash wrap, things like that. It's not a must-have, but for me, it was. I actually had mine on order, is sitting at my home, ready for me before I even picked up the car. The 2020 model-wise, they come with a high gloss center console that would show fingerprints and smudges and things like that almost instantly. So I wanted to put a wrap down the center console. At the same time, I wanted my front dash to match my center console, and I really liked the way the steering wheel looked. So I got everything in white carbon fiber, and it's a vinyl, and is relatively easy to install. It didn't take me too long. I followed the instruction, cleaned everything, and I installed it, and I am extremely happy with it. Now, if something happens to them, like on my steering wheel, I've got a little missing piece out of one, I can buy another kit. I can take this off. They just peel right off, put a new one on. There you go. No issues at all. Now, even with the newer 2021 models that are coming out, I believe they're coming not with the high gloss, piano gloss center consoles, but you may still want to do the wrap just to help protect it and to give your car a different look and make it more personalized for yourself. I really like all the white on black, and I like the way the center console wraps and the steering wheel and everything else looks. So that's my opinion. You don't have to do it, but that's something that you may want to look into. It's relatively cheap. The kits normally come with a couple extra pieces, so if you mess up, you have another one to do it. Take a look. I have some links down in the description down below, and it's also on my website if you want to check them out and see what you think. Next thing I want to recommend also is the center console cup divider here, because I don't know why Tesla doesn't put this already in the car. When you go to put your cups in, if they're not tight in there, they have a chance of falling over. So I believe this thing here was really cheap. The link's down below if you want to check it out. It's on Amazon. It also comes with, well, the one I got came with the vinyl sticker on top. I got the same color to match my wrap. That way everything looks identical. You can leave it black. It'll probably be just fine. It'll probably match it without any issues. But this is something that I also bought before I even picked up the car. Next thing I want to talk about is window tint. Depending on where you live, you may need it sooner than later. The Tesla Model Y, the back window and the two rear door windows are already come tinted, and of course the top is tinted as well. But that, for me here in Florida, where we have mostly sunny days, except for once again today, it's another cloudy kind of rainy day. You do need that window tint. It's going to get extremely hot with all the windows and everything sitting here. So what I did is I got my two front windows tinted. I used, don't be cheap. Do not be cheap. Get someone professionally to do it for you. You don't want it to bubble up and peel and crack and everything else. So I got a good ceramic type window tint, a good company I've been using for a long time. If anybody needs to know who they are here in Niceville, Florida, look me up and I'll let you know who I recommend. But anyways, so I had them tint my two front windows and the strip across my windshield. I came down to the legal part. There's legal marks on it where you can come down to, they call it the eyebrow tint. I had that added on there because driving towards the sun, it helps keep that sun out of your eyes. I put 25% window tint on the fronts of this on my car. Depending on where you live, there's different regulations, different state laws to how much window tint you can put on the front of your vehicle. Keep that in mind. But mine, it matches my back really well. It looks good. It looks uniformed all the way through. It's not too dark. I can still see out of it at nighttime. It's great. Some people recommend putting extra tint across the roof. I didn't need it. At this point, at this time, I don't need it. The sun does not beat through it and does not burn my head. As long as I got the AC on, the vehicle stays nice and cool. No issues with the amount of tint that comes standard on the vehicle. No problem. So right now I am not going to add any extra tint to the top. And like I said, I live down here in Florida where we get lots of sunlight. Next thing I want to talk about is using a referral link. If you haven't already done so and you haven't already ordered your Tesla vehicle, or even if you're thinking about getting solar panels or the new solar roof or anything like that, make sure you use somebody's referral link. That's the only time you're going to get anything free from Tesla. If you use my referral link, you're going to get to purchase a vehicle, you're going to get 1,000 free supercharging miles. And so do I. By using my link, you're going to help me out and help out my family whenever we go on any kind of vacations, any kind of trips or anything. Having 1,000 miles of free supercharging will help a lot. Same thing for you. When I went to use my vehicle, I used somebody else's referral. I purchased my vehicle. They received, on the day that I picked up my vehicle, they received 1,000 free miles, and so did I. So my trip coming home, my 4.5-hour drive home from Jacksonville, Florida, I didn't have to pay anything. It all was in part of my supercharging miles that I got for free. It instantly showed up on my account, no problem. So make sure, no matter what, use somebody's referral link. If you don't use mine, which by the way is down below in the description, okay, I have the link down there. You can just hit that button there. Make sure you use somebody's, even if you don't use mine. And keep this in mind, that when you can go to Tesla.com and you can play ordering your vehicle and do all that stuff, but do not purchase that vehicle until you've clicked on somebody's referral link first. Because if you order that vehicle and then decide, oh, wait a minute, I want to use a referral code so I can get that free 1,000 miles, and you call them up, they're going to tell you there's nothing they can do for you. I have not heard of anybody that actually it went through for them. If they do, let me know in the comments below if you're able to get it added in after, but most of the time they tell you that they won't do it. So why take that chance to argue and fight with them and try to get them to add it in? When you're ready to make that purchase, go to somebody's link, get somebody's link, go to their website, go to their YouTube channel, click on their referral link. It'll open up to Tesla's page. You're going to click on the type of vehicle that you want to purchase. You click it, and then you go through. Everything's the same at that point on how to order your car. You know, you click on the model you want, you click on the color, you click on the wheels, any accessories, the tow hook, tow package if it's on there, if you want to add in the full self-driving feature, however much it is at the time, all that stuff is there. And then you finish up, and once you make your deposit and you add that $100 deposit, which right now it's only $100 to reserve the Model Y at least, you make that deposit, then that referral link is assigned to you. After you made your reservation, you can even call a service center, give them the reservation number. They can look it up to make sure that your referral code that you used worked. Okay, make sure that it's assigned to your account. I did that. It worked. The individual that I used, I was watching his YouTube videos and YouTube channels. I really liked what he had to say, so I used his because I didn't know anybody personally that had a Tesla. So make sure, no matter what, number one, use somebody's referral link if you don't use mine, okay? That's what I highly recommend. Now, if you've gained anything out of this video, even if it's just a simple laugh, please do me a favor down below, hit that like button. And if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. It all helps me and my channel grow. I'm doing the best I can. I really enjoy making these videos and trying to help other people. If there's anything that you would like me to make a video on or do a review on, leave some comments down below, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like my video. Be nice. Now, the last thing I'm going to recommend is, if you are about ready to click that purchase button and order your first Tesla, start watching YouTube videos. There's a lot of different people out there just like me that have channels that we all give you our personal experiences, what we recommend. Start watching them. I mean, I probably watched 1,000 videos on YouTube before I got my car. That way, when I got into the car, I knew how to put it in drive. I knew how to put it in reverse. I knew how to put it in neutral. That's actually kind of a tricky thing for me. The first time I went to a car wash and I needed to put it in neutral. Oh crap, and I'm all stressed out that they're trying to tell me, hey, put it in neutral, and I'm trying to figure it out and everything. But anyways, watch those YouTube videos. Learn as much as you can. You need to know how to use them at superchargers, especially, like I said, I drove 4.5 hours away to get my car, and I was going to rely on coming back through superchargers. So make sure that you've watched the videos, you know how to use them. Some of those scenarios I have in my videos down below, so by hitting subscribe you can check out all my videos, and you can also be notified whenever I upload more videos, so you can hopefully learn something from there. So until next time, guys, please be safe, drive safe, and most of all, have fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.